Namaste, and welcome to another Yoga with Lisa SXM. And we're going to do about an hour's worth of stretch and breathe yoga together. So get on your yoga mat, get yourself in a very comfortable seated position. And of course, you can modify anything that we do to make it more perfect for you. In fact, if you don't want to be down on the floor, you can do most of this stuff from a comfortable, stable, seated position in a chair. And I see Audrey is with me. Thank you so much, Audrey and Greg. So as you get settled in on your yoga mat, we'll spend the first few moments just being aware of breath, breathing in, feel the outside environment becoming your internal world, part of your internal environment. And then as you exhale, allowing part of you to come out into the world. The air that you breathe brings the outside into you. And then when you exhale, bring part of you out. And as you sit comfortably on your yoga mat in any way that it is suitable for you, maybe let your hands rest and feel the weight of your arms, the weight of your hands, the weight of your shoulders, pressing down, reaching down. Maybe you feel, as you breathe in, the air entering your right nostril, bringing energy to the right side of your brain, your right eye, your right ear, your right jaw, and down to your right lung. Maybe even reaching to your right hand, your right arm, your right leg, your right foot. And at the same time, breathing air into your left nostril, feeding energy to your left side of your brain, your left eye, your left ear, your left jaw, your left lung, maybe your left arm and hand, your left leg and foot. So send that energy in, let it feed the body, and then exhale, let it exit the body. So let's spend a few more moments in contemplation of our breath. And with your next exhalation, continue to breathe with awareness, but just let the head drop. Release your belly so your neck can really let go, and let the head be so heavy. Feel the back of the neck creating space between the vertebrae, lengthening and the tissues of the muscles and connective tissue in the back of the neck. And then we'll slowly begin to move the chin along the collarbone, a little bit to the left, breathing in, a little bit to the right, breathing out. As you move your chin along your collarbone left and right, if there's any particular spot that's difficult or painful, you might want to stop there and let the muscles relax in to that particular spot. Breathe air into that sensation that's talking to you and really convince it that everything's okay and you can release. Send love and comforting energy to any part of your body that's got aches or pains. We don't want any negativity or criticism or judgment to come into our spirit during this next hour especially, but all the time. Send comforting love to any part of your body that's got aches or pains. Be grateful for your pain. Guess why? Because it helps you become more empathetic. There are lots of people who live with pain every day, much more so than most likely what you're experiencing. And this is an opportunity for you to understand and be empathetic and care. Send love to those people that are suffering. Send comforting energy to them. Maybe you know them, maybe you don't. You can still send love and comforting energy with your breath and with your attitude, with your radiant heart, joyful energy, and peaceful intentions. So, as we move our head back and forth, or perhaps stop, allowing one particular spot to release. Beautiful. Let's just let the head hang in front of the chest again, letting the belly release. And begin to slowly round the back and slump the shoulders, bringing the head farther down. And find your balance on your hips so that you can be completely loose and comfortable in the entire body. And when you're ready, bring the head up, straighten the back, and let's stretch the legs out. Pulling the flesh away from your sitting bones may help you anchor your weight into the earth. Feel that nice strong connection at your hips, at your pelvis points. And then when you're ready, flex your ankles. I'd like it if you can get your knees straight here, but if you are one of those who has very tight hamstrings, you may find that you can't get your knees straight. And in that case, you might find it's helpful to put a pillow under the knees, or even two pillows under the knees. So we can just let the ankles flex. And as you flex your ankles, think about the tips of your toes pointing back towards your forehead. At the same time, squeeze your shoulders back just a little bit and then release them, pushing the chest forward. Let the arms be heavy. They can be on the floor or on your legs, or on, if you're sitting in a chair, maybe on your armrests. Sitting tall, reaching up with the top of the head. Breathe in and sit a little taller, reaching up. Exhale. Sink down. Feel the weight of your body on the earth. Lovely. Let's take the arms and reach them forward. Look down at your knees. Pull the arms back and bring those elbows way back. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Lift your face. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Push the hands forward. Look down at your knees. Inhale. Pull back with your hands and your elbows go way back. Lift your face. Breathe in. Let's do that 3 more times. Reach forward. Drop your head. Pull everything back. Lift your face. Breathe in. Exhale. Bring the hands forward. Drop the head. 2 more times. Nice. All right, now hands come to the knees or the thighs, and just take your legs and just let them flip-flop in and out, or left and right. You can let your legs go just a little wider than your hips, and let the feet flop back and forth, loose and free. What you're really doing here is allowing the hips and the thigh bone to have some movement. Wonderful. Let's bring the right heel in towards the groin. If it doesn't feel happy there, you can have it out at some other place. If you can, bring it all the way in. And we're going to reach the hands straight up. Take a moment to reach straight up. Reach tall. Breathe in and reach. And then exhale, look down at your knee and reach your hands beyond your foot, reaching for the wall on the other side of your foot. Looking down so your neck is straight. Reach, 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 reach. Keep reaching. Hold and breathe and reach. To come out of this, you can put your hands on the floor and push yourself up, or you can just bring the hands straight up if you feel like that's okay for your torso. Some people have a lot of need for support, and that's perfectly all right. You're doing yoga. You're doing something wonderful for your body and your spirit. So let's not feel like we have to do it a certain way. If you listen to your own inner yoga teacher, you're going to be on the right track. Your own wisdom of your body, the internal sense of what your body is asking for. And remember, keep breathing. Okay, let's bring the other leg in to its position wherever it is. Heel to the groin if you can manage it. And reach the arms straight up for the ceiling. Sit as tall as you can. Reach up and breathe in. Taller, 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 reaching up, 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 up. And then we'll take the head down towards the knee and the hands reach for the wall beyond your foot, looking down so your neck is straight. Reach, breathe. Keep reaching and breathing. And then either push against the floor to bring yourself up or just rise back up through the strength of your torso. And then you can bring the arms down. Wonderful. All right, now we're going to ask you to take the legs out a little bit. Doesn't have to be an extreme straddle, just enough so you feel a gentle stretch in the inner thigh. And just let the feet relax out there at the end of your legs. Reach your arms up, take the right arm down, and just tuck it underneath your tummy here in the middle, and over we go. Think about your ear coming close to your knee, and have a nice long body stretch through the side body, creating space between those little bones in the side of your ribs, opening the elbow and the armpit. Keep breathing, and stretching. When you're ready, come up, and we're going to take the arms around like a windmill all the way around, and over we go the other way. Hold this long body stretch, creating space in the side body. Reach and breathe, opening the armpit, the elbow, the palm of the hand, spread the fingers wide. Awesome. Let's come on up slowly and cartwheel the arms. Let's go over again to the other side. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more times. Up, breathing in. Exhale as you come down. And I'm matching the movement with breath, but if you feel like it's better for you to stay down and breathe, then that's what you should do. Let's go one more time. Coming up, let's lift those arms up overhead again and feel like you're pulling some mangoes out of the tree. Big red juicy mangoes, red and yellow. Reach up, grab, pull down. Reach up, grab, pull down. Reach up, grab it, pull it down. Reach up, grab. 3 more times. Reach up, reach up, reach up, and reach up. Beautiful. Float those arms all the way up. Find your prayer, keeping elevated through the spine. Just bring your hands to your heart with a little bow to the head. And stay here for a moment, feeling connected to the earth along your pelvis, your hips, but also the backs of the legs and maybe your heels. Think about your body's weight pressing into the earth and know that the earth is supporting you. Same amount of pressure that you push down, it's got that much strength to hold you up. It matches exactly to support you and to support everything around you. The earth is our safety net, isn't it? All right, interlock your fingers and squeeze and release. If you've had enough of this straddle, you can bring your legs in a little bit. We're squeezing and releasing the hands right in front of the heart. Squeeze and release. Breathe in and out. And then invert the hands and push forward. Round the back, drop the head. Push the hands way forward. Slowly lift them up overhead and then bring them to the back of the head. Push those elbows back. And take your eyes to the left, up to the ceiling, and over to the right. Back up to the ceiling and over to the left. So just like you're looking at a rainbow right over your head, not moving your head, just your eyes. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. All the time you're doing this, push those elbows back, push your chest forward, lift the top of your head. Breathing in and out, looking up, over the other way. Oh, beautiful. Reach the hands up now and round the back, drop the head. Lovely. Okay. So next we're going to sit in the mermaid position. This is where both knees go left and both feet go right. And you can put a hand to the floor behind your front leg, just next to the hip there. Take this other hand and move it in a big circle, breathing in as you reach up and breathing out as the arm comes around towards the floor. As if you're drawing a circle around your heart, around your true self, saying, this is where I am. Breathing in, reach up, and bring it down. Everybody's range of motion may be a little bit different here. You may not have the ability to reach way up. If that's the case, then work with what range of motion you have, whatever is right for your body. Maybe you can touch the floor, but you can't reach straight up. That's okay. If you can reach up, then do so. Breathe. That's the most important thing. Breathe in synchronicity with the movement. Breathing in, we reach up and down. Exhale. Two more times. Try to quiet the mind. Maybe you're saying to yourself, this is too easy. This isn't very hard. Why are we doing this? Try to quiet the mind. We're looking at the synchronicity of movement and breath, joining the body, mind, and spirit. And believe me, it's all good. Let's switch the legs around the other way and on the floor near your hip for support. And around we go with the other hand, reaching to your extremity. Whatever that extreme reach is for you is beautiful. Be grateful for what you have. And then maybe with the movement, the yoga practice, and the gratitude, you'll find you have a little more flexibility as time goes on. Perhaps slow it down just a little bit. We have a tendency to maybe move faster and faster and faster and faster. Keep it slow, keep it aware. Be grateful for the ability to move and be in your yoga clothes, on your yoga mat, doing something good for yourself. Let's do one more circle. Awesome. And then right up onto hands and knees. This is our table position. Whoops. Come onto your hands and knees, and let's double check that the wrists are under the shoulders and the fingers are spread wide and the fingertips are pressing down into the yoga mat, and your knees are under your hips. Once you find you're in your table and you're strong, we're going to start our cat and cow transition, arching the back up, dropping the head and tailbone, and lifting the tailbone and head and letting the middle of the back sink down. Double check that you're not allowing yourself to collapse down in the torso, shoulders, or chest. Press the hands into the floor to elevate the chest. Keep pushing the hands strong into the floor. Cat and cow with any speed that feels awesome to you. Breathe as you move and move as you breathe. Smooth and controlled. Slow and mindful. All right, just let your hips sink back to your heels and take one step forward with your hands, forehead to the floor, pose of a child. Take it easy. Beautiful. When you're ready, we're going to just take a moment to come down onto the elbows and knees. Stretch one foot back and put the toes on the floor and push back with the heel. Straighten that leg as much as you can and just push back with that heel. Stretch that calf muscle and your Achilles tendon. If your leg is really, really, really straight, you'll feel that stretch all the way up into the soft tissue behind the knee. That's really helpful to the body. And even down into the arch of the foot, the stretch is all the way from the ball of the foot all the way to the knee. Push back and keep breathing. And then lift the leg up into the air, let it go as high as it wants to, and then just bend the knee and extend the leg a few times. Bend and extend, keep breathing. And then bend the knee and imagine you put your foot right on the ceiling, lift it straight up. That's a good exercise for the hip, the buttock, the thigh, and the waist. Push up, push up, push up, push up. 3 more times. Up, up, up. Knee comes down. Come back to pose of a child. Take a rest. Beautiful. Let's rise back up onto elbows and knees. Take the other leg back. Put the toes on the floor. Straight leg. Push back through the heel. Hold. It's a static stretch. Just keep pushing back and breathing deeply. Keep pushing back, straight leg if possible. Feel the stretch in the calf muscle, in the foot, in the heel, in the Achilles tendon. This is awesome stretch for those of us that suffer with plantar fasciitis. You should do this every day if you suffer from plantar fasciitis, and you will soon, I'll say soon, maybe within 3 or 4 months, be walking around like you don't have the problem at all anymore. All right, let's lift the leg up as high as it wants to go. Bend the knee and extend the leg out a few times. And then bend the knee and aim that heel straight up to the ceiling. Push the foot up as if you want to stamp your footprint on the ceiling. Up, 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 and up. One more time. Bring the knee down. And this time let's let our knees go wide as your yoga mat, big toes still touching back there. And press back into the wide-legged pose of a child. Take a minute for yourself to just relax and be heavy on the floor with no resistance to gravity. Wonderful. Come on down to your side. Let your head rest on your arm, or you can grab a pillow, put your head on a pillow, that's okay too. And let your knees be bent and stacked. This is your side resting pose, or it's almost like a fetal position. Take a moment for yourself to feel balanced and comfortable, and release yourself down to the floor. Nice. Bend the knee and arm and bring them up towards the ceiling and bend. Reach up and bend. Start to be almost like you're tossing a tennis ball up. Everything is kind of loose. The muscles get a little bit of a shake as you come to the point where the arm and leg are straight. Up. Toss up a tennis ball. Toss it up. Nice and loose and free. All right, keep the arm and leg up, bring them straight down to be parallel to the floor, and then slowly lift them back up again. Let's breathe in as we come up, and breathe out as we come down. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we sink. 3 more times. Breathing in and out. Try to go a little slower this time. Last time. Slowly up. And just slowly come back down to your side resting pose. If you feel like you'd like a massage for that hip, it worked hard, you can reach back and squeeze and release. If that's not sufficient, you want to go deeper, you can make a fist and pound into that big muscle back there, getting a little bit of stimulation deeper in the tissues, or just take a rest. Beautiful. We're going to take that knee forward and straighten the leg a little bit, kicking, and reach the arm back. And then switch, reach the arm forward and extend the leg back, almost with a kick-like motion. And just back and forth. Reach the arm, kick the leg back, kick the leg forward, reach the arm back. Keep breathing. You can go any speed you want. All right, next time you reach forward and kick back, just hold it and make it a really significant stretch. Feel a strong reach through the entire side body. And then bring the knee forward slowly and grab the knee in your hand and just place it on the floor in front of your tummy or in front of your chest and straighten out that lower leg. And then take your top shoulder all the way back to the floor. Open your arms out in any way that helps feel nice and comfy and luxurious. This is your wonderful reclined spinal twist. It's a little different version than we usually do. And you are welcome to modify it in any way that helps you feel even more just deliciously stretched out. Releasing tension and stress and pressure. Keep breathing deeply. And then roll onto your back, all the way onto your back, and take that same leg that was bent in front of your chest, bring it up into the air. You can hold onto your knee, you can use a strap to grab your foot. We're just going to slowly pull the leg a little closer to the face and back to its comfort zone. Hamstring stretch. Be slow, be careful, be gentle, be loving. Don't ask too much too fast. Take your time. Give the leg a little bit of a chance to find its full stretch. Let's hold the leg close to the edge of your range of motion where the stretch is fairly intense, and just let it stay there for a moment as you breathe. All right, release the leg, bring your hands to the floor and lower the leg slowly down, 1 inch at a time. Don't drop it, slow and controlled. Once the foot finds the floor, reach those arms overhead and give yourself a nice stretch with a yawn or a sigh. And then just take a moment to feel nice and balanced on the floor. A Savasana pose, hands are turned palm up. Staying in Savasana and getting ready to do the side resting pose on the other side. And once you find yourself on your other side, take a moment to feel heavy on the floor. Release yourself down to the earth without any resistance to gravity. Find balance in the body one way or another. Okay, let's reach the arm and the leg up, bend them down, and then just toss a tennis ball up towards the ceiling. Up, loose. Allow the muscles to jiggle as you reach up. Flip that leg and arm up. Toss a tennis ball up, up. Keep just gently moving your joints, shaking the tissues of the arm and leg, shoulder and hip, foot and hand. Two more times. One more time. And bring it down. We're going to take the knee forward and kick. Reach the arm back. And then reach the leg back, extend it back, and reach the arm forward. I'm going to have to get away from this sofa a little bit. Reach back, kick forward. Reach forward and kick back. And back and forth. Stretch, reach, move, work that body. And remember, the most important thing is say it with me, breathing. Breathe deeply, breathe with awareness, with gratitude. Every time you connect with your breath, you revisit the present moment. And that is where your life is happening, that present moment. Let's go 3 more times. Reach, stretch, kick back, kick forward, and go again. All right, come back to a nice resting pose here. Maybe rub your hip, make a fist and pound into the deep tissues of the hip and buttock, or just squeeze and release, or take a rest. All right, extend your hand and arm and your leg and foot. Reach it up, breathing in. Stretch it down, parallel to the floor, exhale. Rising up, breathing in. Lowering down and exhaling. Three more times. Let's go extra slow here. Very, very aware of synchronicity of breath and movement. Wonderful. Just take that knee in your hand and place it on the floor in front of your chest or tummy. Take that shoulder back. Straighten your lower leg and then take your shoulder back all the way to the floor. Open your arms out. Feel free to make any small adjustment in your reclined spinal twist position here, so it feels even more luxurious, even more healing. This is a really healing position to stay in and find relaxation and deep breathing. Awesome. Let's roll over onto our backs very slowly. The knee that was just bent in front of your chest will reach up. Let's stretch that leg up towards the ceiling. Grab the knee or the thigh, or use your strap on your foot if you have a belt or strap handy that you like to use. Slowly explore the flexibility of that hamstring and hip system. Be patient. Work with your breath as much as you work with your leg. Find that full range of motion, and notice how it feels when you're at the most extreme part of the range of motion, that therapeutic edge. Notice that sensation. Finding extra length in the muscles and looseness in the joints. All right, we're going to hold the legs steady at that range, at that edge of that range of motion, that therapeutic edge. Hold. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Release the leg and slowly lower it down to the ground. Very slowly, 1 inch at a time, not dropping it. Control the movement. And once the leg is on the ground, reach the arms overhead. Stretch the body long with a big yawn or sigh. This is for you, taking care of you. And then just find your comfortable Savasana. Let your legs open a little bit and your feet can flop outward. Your hands turn palm up. Your fingers are naturally curled. Notice the parts of your body touching the floor, carrying the body's weight down into the earth. And notice the parts of your body that are arched up in some form of bridge or arc, suspended, supported by the structure of your skeleton. Take a moment to think about your skull on the floor, the back of the skull, carrying the weight of your head down into the earth. And maybe imagine your brain heavy in the back of your skull, creating a little space behind your forehead, behind your eyes. Awesome. We're going to take those feet and put them right next to the hips. The knees will point up. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit. Pick your hips up and tuck your tailbone under. And bring your hands right alongside your hips. We're going to just tilt the pelvis and push the lower back into the floor. Squeeze the belly in. Tighten up your hips, your thighs, your kegel in the middle of your groin. Pulling all the organs of your lower abs in. Squeeze in. As you squeeze in and push your lower back down hard against the floor, try to keep that pressure out of your shoulders and arms and heart and lungs. Keep breathing. Keep pushing the lower, say 5 or 6 vertebrae flat down into the floor. Squeeze the belly in. Keep breathing. Keep squeezing in. Keep pushing down with the lower few vertebrae flat against the floor. Squeeze the hips. Squeeze the kegel. Keep breathing. And then release, 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 release. Bring the arms up into surrender pose. Drop both knees to the left. And maybe turn the head to the right, unless it's difficult for your neck. And then you can just look up at the ceiling. Or you can look in the same direction that your knees are pointing. And then bring the knees up and take them all the way to the other side. Turn your head to the other direction. Release, relax. roll over onto our tummies. And as you sink down onto your tummy and you turn your head to one side, lift your knees, lift your feet, bend your knees, lift your feet up, and then just drop your feet left and right, like windshield wipers, back and forth, allowing the hips to be very loose and the legs to be very loose and free. Keep the lower back loose. And just let those feet go back and forth like windshield wipers. Flip-flop. Keeping the knees bent. Let's try something that may be a little bit challenging for some of us, but reach back and see if you can grab your feet or your toes and lift your head off the mat and just pull the feet away and come down. Pull the feet away, lifting the body, and then come down. As you bring your head up and your shoulders get pulled back by the legs pulling against the hands. Let's go 3 more times. Pull back, lift the face and shoulders. Drop it down, pull back, and drop down. And one more time, pull back and hold, and slowly come down. Return to your resting position. Let your toes point in and your heels point out. Turn your head to one side. And release everything down to the floor. Wonderful. Hands under shoulders. Just push yourself right back up to table. And we'll do a few more cat and cows. Arch and sway. Do a double check that your hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. Cat and cow. Breathe as you move. Inhale when your face is up. Exhale as you drop your head. All right, let's look around the right shoulder and try and see the right hip. Stick the hip out, but if you don't see it, it's okay. Then look around your left shoulder and look for your left hip. Go left and right. Look around the shoulder. Bend the opposite elbow, dipping that shoulder down just a little bit. As you look right, you'll dip down on your left side. As you look left, you'll dip down on your right side. Awesome. Coming back to our strong table. Turn your toes under and let's hover the table 1 inch above the floor. Just lift your knees 1 inch. Hold. You might want to try one-legged or three-legged hovering table, lifting one leg and then the other leg. And you might want to try lizard looks at his foot. Look around your shoulder for your toes. And look around the shoulder for the toes. And back and forth a few times. When you're ready, lift the hips up and drop the head. And we're going to shift down onto our feet and hands in the inverted V position known as downward dog. Drop your head. Lift your tailbone up and back. Push away with those arms and hands into the floor. Then take a step towards your hands with your feet and bend your knees and allow yourself to just hang in ragdoll. Let the head and neck be heavy, arms heavy, shoulders heavy. Hands on your knees. Bend your knees and drop your rear end down to the level of your knees and look forward, look up. Arms float out to the side. Touch one hand to the floor and reach the other hand up to the ceiling and look up in the direction the hand that went up went. And then switch sides. Looking up touching the floor and reaching up at the same time. Look up. Look up. Breathe. Two more times. One more time. And come back to arms extended out. Look forward. Keep your rear end very low, like the same level as your knees. And then hands to your knees, press yourself up. And let's take a moment to stand in mountain pose. Well done. How are we feeling? I hope good. Let's roll the shoulders back. Bend the knees and just really accentuate that backward shoulder roll. And letting the arms really just hang. Breathe in and push it back. Bend down. Roll the shoulders all the way back, pushing the chest forward. Bend down. And one more time. And resume your beautiful mountain pose. Standing tall. Take a moment to feel your feet connecting with the earth, especially at the heels and the balls of the feet, but lifting the arch. And let that lifting energy from the arch travel up the knees, up the legs to the knees, tightening the knees, lifting the knees, tightening the thighs, lifting the sternum, tuck that tailbone under, and push the shoulders back, and then just let your arms hang. Top of the head reaching up, super tall through the spine. Feeling confident, powerful, balanced, peaceful, strong, impressive. Let's lift the arms in a breath. Breathing in, we reach up. Find your prayer hands and pull it to your heart. And push it up again, breathing in, we reach up. And bring those arms all the way down to touch the sides of your legs. Bow your head. Let's do that again. Lift the arms, lift the face, breathe in, reach up. Find your prayer, pull it to your heart, bow your head, exhale. And resume. We're reaching up, up, and out. Awesome. Let's take just the right hand and reach it up. Look up with the hand reaching up. Then keep that other arm really relaxed and hanging. Reach up as high as you can. Keep both your feet pushing into the floor at the heels and the balls of the feet. Reach a little higher, reach a little taller, reach for a star. And then carefully cast your gaze down at your lower hand. Be careful, don't overdo what your neck is doing here. You're just going to reach up and look down. And then look up again. Big breath in, reach up a little more. And let the hand fall like a leaf from a tree. Gently down. Let it hang next to your leg. The other hand rises slowly, reaching up. Look up, breathe in, and stretch tall. Keep your lower arm very relaxed and completely hanging. Reach up, look up, breathe in, stretch tall. Touch a cloud. And then carefully just cast your gaze down at your lower hand. Keep reaching up, but looking down. Awesome. Let's look up again. And we'll let that arm come down and the hand floats down like a leaf from a tree, finding its resting place on the forest floor. Beautiful. All right, we're going to do a marionette movement. Imagine your elbows are tied with ropes and they're going to pull up. Along with that, one knee at a time is going to be connected to a different string. So we're going to just bring them up and then come down. Other leg comes up and then comes down. When you come down, let everything be loose and free and hanging. When you come up, it's just the elbows and the knees up. Breathe in and drop it. Breathe it in and drop it. Breathe it in and drop it. Breathe it in and drop it. 3 more times on each side. Last time, make it count. And just let your arms hang here. Swing them left and right. Sway on your feet. And we're going to slowly come down to find the floor with the hands. You can bend your knees if you need to. You can keep your legs straight if you're super flexible in your hips and hamstrings. Move the hips in a figure eight. Let your head just sort of swing, releasing the neck. And let's change direction and go the other way around the figure eight. And then come down, bring the rear end down by your heels and spread those knees out a little bit. Turn your feet out to the side and elbows inside the knees and make yourself into a yoga squat. Dropping your tailbone and lifting your head. Push the chest forward, squeeze the shoulder blades back, hands find your prayer pose at your heart. And there's a lot of action going on between the knees and the elbows there. Knees are pushing against the elbows. Elbows are not moving because they are pressed together at the hands. Lift that face, put a smile on your face. If you want, you can start to oscillate a little bit, sort of like a bell vibrating after it's been rung. And hands to the floor. Drop your head and lift your rear end up. Turn your feet to your toes pointing forward and just let the head hang. When you're ready, come on down to the floor and find a comfortable seated position. Whatever that is for you is fine. Take a moment just for yourself here. Let's let the finger and thumb find a sacred circle resting on the knee, and let the shoulders relax. Lengthen through the spine, through the neck. Let the top of the head reach up. As you breathe in through your nose, hopefully, if that's possible, fill the belly first, and then the diaphragm, and then the chest, and then the throat, filling your body up like a glass of water being filled all the way up. And then exhale, just let it all go. Breathe in through the nose, belly, diaphragm, chest, throat, and let it go. And just begin to sort of close the eyes and float in an internal universe. Notice colors, patterns, textures inside on your visual mental screen that you can see when your eyes are closed. And let's try and experiment. Whatever you're seeing, as you breathe in, try to make it look a little more bright. As you exhale, allow it to perhaps become more deep, more rich. And then maybe move your head in just a slow, careful circle. Keeping the eyes closed, continuing to breathe with awareness. Remember, this is a wonderful time to listen to your inner yoga teacher, the wisdom of your body. Maybe you are being prompted to do something completely different. I think you might want to pay attention to that. Let's see if we can slow the breath down. Becoming very still at the end of your exhalation before you inhale. Notice the stillness of the body. Maybe you can feel your heart beating. Maybe you can feel the blood pulsing through your veins and energy moving through your nerves, your skin, your fascia. Become aware of your internal world. So today's theme is to be grateful for your journey. Finding gratitude for your life. And one thing is for sure, life is not always pleasure. Life is not always joyful happiness, celebration, and pleasure. No. Unfortunately, there's a balance. The yin and the yang, pleasure and pain, joy and sorrow. It's all part of being human. It's all part of life. Be grateful for the entire journey. In our last few moments together, I just want to express my gratitude for each of you for joining me for some gentle stretch and breathe yoga. You make my life have purpose and meaning. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you, and I wish you all the blessings in the world. Have a wonderful day. Continue to take care of yourself and spread your sense of joy and peace and balance and love to those around you. The world needs it. Thank you so much. Namaste.